entered Poppy Picnic, which was a photo from 1956, I believe. And it had a whole bunch of different people in a park and they were all having a picnic. And I zoomed in on these two women that I just thought were so interesting because they were kind of looking off to the side. And my work is very much about recreating the ordinary and making it special. So that's what I did. I pulled those women out and I made them special, and I brought it to, well, it's more colorful than it would have normally been, so I just kind of made it a little extra. Well, I have been told that I am an old soul, so the whole vintage thing really appeals to me. So I'm really hoping that that is conveyed. I really enjoy the vintage, so I'm not necessarily concerned with the selfie culture and things like that. I'm more the, you know, this was an ordinary moment that someone happened to capture, 60, 70 years ago. I think that it's very important that fiber art is a medium just because it is so different from what is taught in school. I have a fine art degree, and of course there was no fiber when I was doing it. So when you enter your work into a show, it really causes people to get really close and look at all the little stitches and see how you put it together, and it kind of, I don't know, I feel like it draws them in more than mediums that you might see all the time. So I think it's very important to show fiber as a medium. So I work from photographs. So I'll usually pick out the figure and then I will Photoshop different pieces together until I come up with my plan. And then I completely work from my plan. So once that's all put together, that is how it's going to be. I don't improvise throughout the thing. So it's just basically until it's all filled in. I always have the size in mind, and I need to make sure that the face has enough detail. So that completely determines how big my piece is. So I try to make it as close to life size as I can so you get the nice amount of detail in the face. If I did not have something to show for my time, I would go nuts. I love having just this tactile piece that I've created with my hands, and it's like a goal. So it's very important to me that while I have something to show for my time, I'm also showing it to other people, and I'm sharing that it's a fiber piece, which is still very different when you enter a fine art show. You don't see very many fiber pieces, so it's really nice to get it out there and show people that that's something that artists are doing, and it's really special. I was very focused on photojournalism when I was in school, and so Photoshop was a really big thing. So everything is Photoshopped, whether I start with a little piece of a photo and put them all together kind of collage style, or I do one big photo. I use a posterize filter in Photoshop to plan out my work, so there's always technology involved.